All right. Welcome back to another episode of Fan Therapy. Fan Therapy episode 81, 82. Fan therapy in the daytime. Not often that happens. But
Mhm.
Malachi told me he wanted me to get the day of edit out on the same day. He likes how my edits come out when we do them on the same day. So here we are, we're rocking and rolling. Fan Therapy episode 82 coming at you, possibly 81 as I said. Before we get in the news, I'm gonna introduce to you my good friend, 2021 landmark champion, back-to-back defensive player of the year, 2020-2021. He is the Drew University leader in block shots, the greatest shot blocker in Drew history. Don't check the Forbes list, please. Coach by day, Timberland model by day, sports hot taker by night. Malachi, how we doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. I feel like this told you every episode will pull out a banger.
Thank you.
VHS
Yes.
Goodfellas, banger, masterpiece, like the Spurs about to put up on the Knicks. Justin, I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
Absolutely. The Goodfellas dressed in all black like the Spurs will be when they head into MSG. I'm doing good. Forgot to say I'm Justin, your fan
Oh,
therapist, and we are going to get into the news. I have to get an edit. I have to get an edit for this one, but this is the edit for the football one. It's just a bunch
hard.
of Mohammed Sanu's. The news. So yes, first piece of the news. The Larry O'Brien Trophy is back on the court. You love to see it. For the past few years, they took the Larry O'Brien Trophy off of the court, off of center court for the finals. And yeah, it wasn't the same without it. Returning to MSG with the finals, Spurs Knicks classic finals. You gotta have it.
Mhm.
You have to see it back, Mal.
Yeah, I mean, people have been asking for it for years. Simple ask. I'm glad that they did it. I'm glad they did it.
Absolutely. In other news, whether you care about it or whether you don't, Jeremy Lin will be joining the ESPN broadcast, being that the Knicks have made their run deep into the playoffs to the finals. Are you excited? You excited to hear Jeremy Lin talk hoops?
I didn't even know this was happening. He's knowledgeable guy, so yeah, I'll give him his props here. I'm not gonna say anything mean.
No, he's a very smart dude. I actually came across his Instagram page, and it was he made a post about Nick Nurse that helped me learn a lot about my coach. So I appreciate that. Other big news: Steph Curry to sign a $1.9 billion contract with famous brand Li Ning athlete. He will be an exclusive Li Ning athlete, I believe, if he signs this. Now, I was actually just thinking how funny it was. That since we're really fans of like the Li Ning brand and they could really just use us to honestly break through the demographics that they're looking to cut through in this country to honestly like further solidify themselves as international powerhouses. So isn't it really interesting how we're like already just natural fans of that brand?
It's crazy because I have a whole closet full of their sneakers. I love all their sneakers. They're amazing. I would stand up, but I'm not dressed to stand up from the
Oh,
waist
good.
down. So yeah,
I
big
should have I
fans of the
should have let you
brand,
know
man.
before.
It's a super.
I can't believe they're signing a great athlete that I really look up to, and I just would love nothing more than to spread the word through my natural love of the brand. Honestly,
You said
no,
it perfectly well. Now we were just talking about this the other day, obviously not recorded, but we had this conversation. Man,
can't
it'll be crazy.
just can't get enough of the leaning for sure. Moving on, where the love is definitely lost, unlike ours for that brand. Giannis will not be a Buck as it seems, and I'm sure as we watched in recent years, as the Bucks have just so successfully made the necessary tweaks to really make sure this championship window was extended. I'm sure we are excited to see how they will flawlessly overhaul this team without Giannis coming. So how you feel about that one now?
Actually, now that you say that, I did see a report earlier today that said it's the same cycle with this guy. Same cycle. He goes.
Mm.
They reached out. He says that he wants to be in Milwaukee for many more years. So same thing with this guy. News comes out, he needs to neutralize it with his own quote. Straight bull, straight bull, straight bull. I was going to slip up there, but
Nope,
I
all
think
good.
this isn't going to happen. He may be a Buck for the start of the year, and then something may happen. But again, we've talked about it before. I'm just so tired of this guy in the same rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Something comes out, and he says, "Oh, I didn't say that."
Yeah.
It's just stick to your word, bro. It's okay. It's okay.
We shall see where this one ends up. Like you said, we could very well be the same old story and dance. But like I said, that was the news quickly covering the quick topics happening. Honestly, not too much going on besides the playoffs themselves. So we're going to get right into it. As mentioned, we got to wrap up these conference finals before we get into the classic that we are about to see. Cavs versus the Knicks. Where to begin? Honestly, I think what went wrong for the Cavs. Really, I think big question. James Harden, where you at? Where
Hey,
you at? where is James Harden at? He disappeared. What do you think was the key for the Knicks in the series, or was it really just what the Cavs couldn't do, Mal?
I think hand in hand answer here. I think a key thing that the Knicks did was win game one, and a key thing that the Cavs didn't do was win game one. When you lose that game one the way they did, up 20 or whatever on a heater, damn near the whole game, especially third quarter, and to lose in that fashion, at least go to OT and still lose, I think that is something that's very demoralizing and could, haunt you as the series goes on. Yeah, I mean, I want to throw all the blame on Harden, but you know what? I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to include Mobley, Allen,
Yeah.
Dean Wade. You were there. Your job was to stop Brunson, and you did a good job of that game one. But after, I don't know, you just don't score the ball. Donovan Mitchell does what he does. Kenny Atkinson too. Your quotes after the games are just awful. Yeah, I think the Knicks, they won that. Like, they won that series 1,000%. But the Cavs also folded and flopped and kind of gave them that series also in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of one of those things. It's like, yeah, you get 4, but really it's like if you get 3 and even if you put 1 up on the board, like these are professionals. They really know kind of what that means for them. So you could kind of see it wasn't necessarily dejection because honestly, Donovan Mitchell looked like he was trying, but honestly, in Harden, he just really looked like he was out of it. Not maybe he'll show up for a quarter or something, but yeah, just the supporting cast was not there. And that's something that looks like the Knicks are going to be, they thrived on in this series and hoping to take on into the next series. Wrapping up this one, I think really we'll get talking to James Harden later. That was just my last question, really, just getting down into that. I think we just see yet again just James Harden. We see the regular season he can be such a weapon for his team, but again, that's just another Game 7 in the history books of the NBA playoffs, and James Harden has yet to kind of make his mark in any way. So
yeah.
Anything else that you want to talk about this series, Ma?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. I may have hinted at it before. I know I spoke about it in my group chats, but I don't think you're a number one option, bro. I really don't. They score first guard, small guard. Brunson is that, but Brunson's supporting cast is very good, and even yet we haven't seen that be the key to success. But made it to the finals, but they haven't won anything yet. But yeah, I think Donovan Mitchell needs to go somewhere, or they need to bring someone in that he could like defer to, like maybe a Giannis. I don't even know, just like a big who is just like is the one set guy, even a Kawhi. Like he needs a forward to play with, that it's not just him because he scores the ball. He did it in Game 4 against the Knicks. He scores the ball, but outside of that, he's not like a lockdown defender. He's not a crazy facilitator. Like he's good at what he does, but it's not enough, man. And we've seen it time and time again. First conference finals, and you don't win a game. That's pitiful. That's pitiful.
That's really bad when you put it that way. Yeah, I think that's how we can just leave that series. The Knicks move on to face the Spurs, who overcame the Thunder. Honestly, everybody was looking at the Thunder as the big and bad team in this playoffs, that they were just going to walk to the finals. Honestly, since the beginning of the year, but we see that Wemby is really truly what we expected to come to this league, and he really showed out for his team there. I think similar question here. Do you think SGA's teammates let him down? I know we'll definitely talk about Chet, but interesting to see where you want to take this one.
I don't think so, actually. I know if you look at Knick fans are saying, oh, like the Spurs beat a Thunder team that didn't have J-Dub and AJ Mitchell. They didn't have J-Dub a majority of the year, and they still finished number one team in the league, and were dominant without him. AJ Mitchell was a good key piece, yeah, but the Thunder have got Caruso put up 30 in Game 1. They have guys. Jared McCain, very good scorer. Cason Wallace can score the ball. Like, they have guys that are willing to step up and play well when they need to. Chet, that last performance, man, that Game 7 performance was just so pitiful. I honestly think that Vassell block in Game 6 kind of like took away a lot of his confidence because
Mm,
Vassell punched it and then pushed him. Chet just smiled and kind of walked it off, and it was like, yeah, he looked like a punk, and then he got punked. Wemby threw it on his head, and then to shoot 2 shots, bro, on at home,
yeah,
elimination game, and you just passing up open shots, getting cooked on defense, just not providing anything. Hartenstein was providing more than he was, and it's like, bro, you can't. You're the third best player on your team, especially now with J-Dub out. You are the second best player on your team. You're not even trying to perform. Like, some of this fault needs to come to you. Maybe he was good games 1 to 6, whatever, but Game 7 to put up 2 shots, and not even like you're locking up or anything like that. You were doing nothing. You were just out there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Simple as that. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I think passive isn't passive isn't even the word to describe it. It was like way
Mm-mm.
like he did not want he it didn't look like he didn't want to be there. It didn't look like he wanted to try to fix the situation that the Thunder were going through. Even Caruso had a bad game 7 too. Honestly, the kind of leading me to the question, but I mean, coming up against a team like the Spurs, you got to make every bucket count.
Mhm.
Everybody's gotta pull their weight, and honestly, that's what they do on their end. I'm looking at the Spurs team. Obviously, everybody looks at Wemby saying Wemby's the guy. But do you think what do you think was the X factor for them, kind of outside of Wemby, kind of to get them through a team like the Thunder? Because I think on the other teams we're talking about it can't be one guy. So I think the
Yeah,
Spurs really found out on their end. They had multiple guys that
yeah.
could go for them too.
That's my answer. The other
Yeah.
guy stepping up. I forget
Mm,
who. Somebody in the league. I heard like a podcast where they were talking about it. You win series based on like the most random guy like having a crazy game. Like Julian Champagny was kicking up the last few games. Like a guy like that or Dylan Harper, going off one day. Those are the series you win when you have an ex like a crazy role player just go off like, and they had that. De'Aaron Fox wasn't playing the best in my opinion. He looked very. He looked like he was coming back from an injury, like he was. Um, but Vassell was playing good. Harper was playing good. Champagny was playing good. Keldon Johnson wasn't scoring the ball all that much, but he was being a good energy guy as he is. And
yeah.
Stephon, guarding Shea. I think Shea had 2 games over 30. He had a few games under 20. You know, I think he did a very good job defending him. Like, even though the box score may say differently, but I think when you see
Yeah.
the games when Stephon was guarding him, he made it hard for Shea to get to his spots. And
Mhm.
honestly, another important thing was I think it was Game 6 where they just came out playing physical. Like it was known, everyone knows, everyone in the ball world knows that OKC gets their way. They're overly aggressive. They get all the calls, whatever. But the Spurs were matching their energy, their intensity, and they were just being as aggressive. And I'm not sure if OKC was ready for that. It may have been dirty. I know the Carter Bryant shove may have looked dirty. It was dirty. That was crazy. But you need a guy like that who's on the
Yeah.
bench, just willing to take that L, whatever it may be, and get your guys
Yeah.
energy. You need that. So
Yeah, absolutely. And especially at the end of the game, Jerry McCain getting hit by Bismack and Mason Plumlee. It's like, yeah, they were
yeah,
definitely trying to take advantage of anything to get over on that series. Because I guess when you want to beat a team like the Thunder, you can't really you gotta kill them. You can't
you
really
got a
take it.
match.
Well, yeah,
You have to match that
absolutely.
intensity. You have to.
So the Spurs move on to face the Knicks, and that is definitely a classic matchup. In the
Mhm.
to have for the NBA Finals, very very excited about that. To see the Spurs go to the Garden is going to be very very cool. Wemby's first NBA Finals in the Garden. It just paints a
Mhm.
perfect picture for this. Honestly, getting into the rough news of it, Mitchell Robinson is suffering with a broken pinky. He is said to go. Um, Mal, this is an interesting one because
Yeah.
obviously, you look at it, it's a pinky, but his role, I mean, honestly, depending on how bad it is, if it needed surgery, it probably hurts crazy. Um, what are your opinions on this? Is he gonna have to just tape it up and go, or do you think somebody's gonna have to really be ready to step up for them?
I think with the amount of rest that they had in between, it kind of gave him some extra time to kind of heal up.
Mm,
I think he's going. I think that's what they're aiming for. I forget who said it, but I saw him shoot around. He has it taped up and everything, but his offensive game is very one dimensional.
Right.
But a pinky, you hit it. Someone smacks your hand just running up the court, or you try to block a shot, dunk the ball. It's your pinky on his shooting hand, like And he obviously hitting free throws. They're gonna have him on the free throw line, so he may have found a way to become unplayable, or they may throw him in when Cornette's in. We'll see. It's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. But
yeah, absolutely. They're gonna need all the big men they need in this series, and especially I think that means Cat is especially just gonna have to stay out there on the court. He definitely can't pick up any useless fouls. He's definitely gonna have to be there. A very important piece for their team. Speaking of it, outside of Wemby for this series for both teams, who do you kind of see as the X factor, as the player we kind of need to keep our eye on, excluding Wemby and Brunson? As we know, those are kind of the key factors for the series.
I'll give you one for each. You mentioned it already. Cat needs to stay out of foul trouble and stay on the court. He needs to stay aggressive. Hit his threes. I'm not sure if Wemby will be guarding him. I don't think he will. But yeah, if he has a small guard on him, he just needs to attack. And if Wemby is guarding Josh Hart, I think Josh Hart just needs to hit his threes. For the Spurs, I think Stephon needs to be locked in. Just try to contain as much as you can. Yes, the turnover game definitely needs to bring that down. Turnovers are insane. And Brunson's going to score. Brunson's a scorer, but at least just if he's dropping, under 25, and that's a win. I think that they win like that. But yeah, I'll give you Cat and Hart, and then Stephon and D Harp. Dylan Harper, keep attacking. If Brunson's on him, he just needs to go. And that brother is a problem, bro. Dylan Harper is a problem.
Yes, bro. That's so cool. Rookie year, get to play the finals at MSG.
Yes, that's so lit. So lit.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the thing about the Spurs. I feel like they just have so many combinations that they can just throw out there for the Knicks to answer. And I honestly think they have some things that they can throw at Cat, even some different matchups that Cat's probably not even used to seeing. With some of the bigger, more athletic bodies they have. Yeah, no, this one very extremely excited. So getting into the predictions of it, I think we got to start. Who do you want to win this series, Val?
Who I want to win and who I think will win is the same answer. I want the Spurs to win. Very simply. I want to say in 6. It's so hard to tell because I really don't know what this is going to look like. They haven't played each other since March. 2 different teams from when we've seen them in the NBA Cup. I want to say Spurs in 6, Spurs in 7. Not sure on that. Not sure. What do you got?
Absolutely. I think so. My answer is kind of embedded in a question, so sorry about that. But I think my answer is which way do you think makes Wemby become a bigger villain in the NBA? Do you think if he wins, he kind of becomes oh, this is easy for me, this is all about me, this is mine now? Or do you think if he loses, he locks in, we see a different dog about Wemby, and then whatever gives me the Wemby villain arc is what I want.
Yeah,
so which one do you think gets us there?
I like that, because if you win, you automatically get all the Knicks fans hate
That's
you.
True.
That's a lot. And
I like that point.
It gives them that feeling of once you win one, you want to win more. He's hungry. And yeah, you're hungry after you lose to come back or whatever. But it's like Thanos when he gets the Infinity Stones. You see when he put that one in the glove, he just he's alive. He's alive. You wake him up. And losing, but we saw Wemby lose in the Olympics, and it's that's tough. But bro, I want him to win so bad. Bro, imagine first playoff run for him, Castle, Harper. Those guys win a chip. That's wild. That is wild. That is wild.
I also am just peeping now. Next to your name, you put not the Knicks, so I should have known. Yeah, I part of me is balancing the fact being able to say we saw a Knicks championship would kind of be cool. But yeah, I think I'm right with you. I think when he becomes a bigger villain if he wins, I think that's what I want. And then like you said,
the Knicks is gonna be New York is gonna be bad. Bad, 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 bad.
Absolutely. And you already gave who you thought your prediction. You said Pacers, Spurs, and how many? 6?
6 or 7. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll go.
Gotcha.
I'll
Yeah.
go. A game 7, bro, in the finals would be so tough. I'll be
Oh,
so tough.
wow. Spurs are home.
Spurs are home also.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that would be crazy. Yeah, I'll go. I don't know why I'm thinking Spurs in 6, but
That's
let's
what I
see.
said at first. Like that's my initial
Yeah.
take. Is Spurs in 6.
I have a feeling like these sweeps might go against the Knicks a bit, like, but I don't know. I don't know. We shall see how that ends up. They've won all their games, so who am I to say? Moving on, wrapping this thing up, quick and fast. Throw ahead of the conference finals. I think we have pretty much a pretty obvious choice between James Harden and Chet.
Yeah,
I think James Harden is definitely the 1A of that. That Throw ahead award.
That's what I was
James
gonna go with.
again. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna go with new team, same antics.
We will have John on here soon to answer for his
Please.
words.
I've been frying him. I'm going at it.
And then for the good award, honestly, my good award, I gotta give it to Mike Brown. He did. It's tough. It's tough to do, but he did exactly what he was brought there to do, which is sometimes the hardest thing you can do. He was there to bring a team that was a game or two away from the finals, just over that line, which is incredibly difficult, especially with the team that was right there. You could see this team was more than bought into the system they were running. However different they were, they were locked in. They're definitely, you can tell they're playing with a different level of belief. So I got to give it to Mike Brown. Do you have another one, Mal?
Yeah, I'll give it to another person, a part of the Knicks organization. I'll give it to the only winner in this whole thing, Jeremy Sohan.
Yes,
my brother gets a ring no matter who wins. As far as I know, I'm sure that's how it works, but that's insane. That's
I think that might have happened to like Robin Lopez or something. I think Robin Lopez might have.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And he could have been chilling. Had Arsenal won the Champions League, he would have been big chilling. He would have been so
all the way. Oh my goodness, that would have been nice. But thankfully, most recent champions of Europe right behind me. We love to see it. Arsenal get the league, but they cannot have Europe. That's a great place to end this. I have nothing else to get off here. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah. Quick rant. I'm seeing a lot of Knicks fans saying that the Spurs had an easy route to the finals, and like, they played Portland. Portland's a very good team, although their record wasn't showing that. They were a good team. Timberwolves didn't have DiVincenzo, and Edwards was hurt. Got it. Makes sense. Edwards was still playing, obviously not to his full capacity, whatever. Thunder didn't have J-Dub, who didn't have all year. AJ Mitchell was out. McCain and other guys stepped up. So that's who Knicks fans say is an easy route. But the Knicks had the Hawks, McCollum, and Jalen Johnson. Your Sixers with an Embiid who was not the same Embiid we saw in round 1, which they tend to forget. They only
use up all his powers. We use up all his powers in the Celtics series.
Powers. And then the Cavs, who a lot of people thought, myself included, I thought the Sixers and Cavs would win, but forgot that James Harden was wearing their colors and Donovan Mitchell was wearing their colors. So I don't think it's fair to say the Spurs had an easy route when you guys haven't played a defense that is up there with the Blazers, the Timberwolves, or the Thunder. So
absolutely.
I think they're about to see what a real defense is. And yeah, I'm excited for these finals. Whichever way it goes, like, it's going to be fire basketball nonetheless. Especially the Knicks have been straight sweeps and they haven't been fun watches, but I think we're finally about to see a crazy, crazy final. Like last year's finals, it was a good final.
Absolutely. Hoping for a classic for sure. And yeah, I'll leave it. Your rant was perfect. Gonna leave it right there. Well said. Everything from us, nothing else to get off our hearts and minds. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow, tell somebody that you love them. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Fan Therapy TV. Peace.